What's going on, Banter fam? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we will be diving into the crypto gaming market. As today, I kind of want to do a rundown of some tokens that I'm still having my eye on whenever the time comes to begin my accumulation back into the crypto gaming market. Obviously, holding these tokens throughout this time period would have been very volatile, but if you're waiting it out, if you're sitting on the sidelines, DCAing into Bitcoin, Ethereum, but making sure you have those stables ready to enter into the top projects when the time comes. We're going to run through some projects on my watch list and some that I've recently added to the watch list. We're going to go through obviously some high caps, some mid caps, as well as some low cap gems that I think will really explode if the market does go bullish. This could be 3, 6 months, a year down the line. We really don't know when this economy is going to turn up, but we really need to accumulate and stack top projects when the time comes, and we're going to go through the crypto gaming market today. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't here to play. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't here to play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, and let's dive right into it. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to drop down and hit the subscribe button. We come out with brand new crypto content here on the channel every single day, as well as like the video if you enjoyed the video. And if we talk about tokens in this video that you are bullish on in the future, or if you get value out of this video. So let's roll right into it. And obviously, I've been keeping track my bear market gaming watch list, which I will start linking this when we start talking about this. Actually, it's a public watch list, so those you can save it on your watch list so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. But we've kind of been updating the watch list as the market is progressing, and obviously things are still very much in a bearish sentiment. But when the time comes, you're going to want to have your eyes on those top tokens to be able to accumulate. We're talking about the polygons, where Polygon's still 4 to 5x off of all-time highs, bringing in Ryan Wyatt from YouTube Gaming, launching Dr. Disrespect's game. Sandbox just migrated over to Polygon. So there's a lot to like about a project like Polygon. Obviously, Gala Games, I believe they're up to 14 games coming to their platform, including arcade classic Battlestar Galactica. And they're launching Grit, which looks like a mixture, I would say, of PUBG and H1Z1, two very notorious battle royales that kicked off the battle royale trend. Grit will be on the Epic Game Store. So those are some of the ones that you really just can't ignore in the space. And I would say alongside Sandbox, they just came to another partnership. I believe their latest partnership was with Playboy, of all different companies that are coming into the metaverse. But I think Sandbox is one of those that's inevitable as well to have another run when the market goes bullish. But let's get into some other projects as well. Obviously, we've talked about Ultra a lot, the steam of crypto gaming, building their own AAA FPS alongside their NFT marketplace, launching where they're incubating games. They have the Walking Dead game coming in. They're also doing an exclusive sports game. So there's a lot to like about Ultra, as well as Verasity, both with their ad tech technology as well as the esports streaming side of things. I see a lot of upside. And from where Verasity was specifically, Verasity got up to about 8 cents here at the height of the bull run. Now it's less than a half of a cent. So we're looking at a major drop in a lot of these top altcoins in the gaming sector. So let's keep on diving in a little deeper to some that I'm really keeping an eye on right now as far as their developments and things happening underneath the ecosystem. We've talked a lot about Ultra, Veracity, and even Vulcan Forged, but Vulcan Forged has a lot going on for it at this very moment. They just released their Elysium blockchain, so the blockchain will be functioning under the Vulcan Forged ecosystem. They did their nodes where you had to lock up PYR. I believe a majority of the percentage of supply was actually locked up to secure Vulcan Forged nodes. And as you see here, there's a lot going on in the ecosystem. So it's the first gaming token DEX, 8 token pairs on their DEX, 50 plus farms filled. And this is on the Vulcan DEX specifically. 1,000 plus NFTs farmed, 2 million plus in TVL, and 13.4 million TVL all-time high. Now on to Elysium Swap, where they will be building out the Elysium Swap protocol, where you can swap these tokens, get into all of these pairs and all of that good stuff. As well, they just teamed up with Binance today. Obviously, they're listed on Binance already, Vulcan Forged, but they teamed up with Binance today to allow users to buy PYR, the peer token, using credit. So this is massive because it's an easier on-ramp. It is a much easier on-ramp for users who might like what Vulcan Forge is doing from the outside, or that new user who comes in and plays the Vulcanverse, plays Berserk, plays one of their ecosystem games under their realm. They're able to actually get into the peer token if they like what they're playing and not have to even know what a MetaMask is or how to set up your crypto wallets up front. They're going to be able to just buy PYR using credit, which is absolutely bullish for adoption purposes. To get this industry where we need it to be, we need to lower the barrier of entry in all ways, right? Gaming NFTs specifically have been pretty expensive over time. They've had their cycles. A lot of them are priced very high in sales, and some of them inflate to very high prices in this gaming ecosystem. But right now, when we're looking at another barrier of entry, it's definitely the login process and making a gamer have to have a MetaMask wallet. They don't necessarily know what a blockchain is or how to go from Polygon to Ethereum and what a gas fee is. It's a lot for a new user to take in, and they might just skip it all entirely if it's too much. So lowering that barrier of entry for signups as well, I see a definite a need for that in the industry, I would say. So a good partnership today from Vulcan Forge with Binance. As well, they partnered up with PlenaFinance. I think that's how you say it, PlenaFinance, to allow you to use any token from any blockchain to convert into the PYR token. Once again, this is another ease of access type of mood. So Vulcan Forge is making it very easy to acquire and get into the PYR token. Whether you're just playing the games and you're like, I need to get some PYR for the ecosystem, or I want to start accumulating the PYR token, you're able to go from potentially the Harmony blockchain over to the Polygon blockchain and buy PYR. I think that's super bullish for the ease of access for the token on both the PlenaFinance and the Binance partnerships. And then just today, they came out with their season 2 for Berserk, and Berserk is their card game. It's like I would kind of liken it to Hearthstone or a Gods Unchained if I had to make a comparison. So season 2 starts today, and starting today, there's double XP, triple lava rewards, and prizes for the top players. So if you're a fan of card games or any of those traditional Hearthstones, or you're a Gods Unchained fan, I definitely recommend hopping in and trying out Berserk, especially during this time period with double XP and triple lava rewards. Another one, and I have not talked about this one on the channel before, and this is Wasder. So Wasder is like the all-in-one social platform for gaming. And right now you're looking at a $10 million fully diluted market cap. So a couple disclaimers. This is a high-risk token in a market like this, right? If you're going to be holding a low market cap token in a bear market, you better be ready for massive volatility. So I have this one on my watch list, and I'm looking forward to accumulating this when the time comes, because this team has been a part of projects like EA. I believe some of their team as well came from Reebok. And the platform right now, when you look at the downloads, 1 million plus downloads already for their Google Play Store app for Wasder. As you see, follow your favorites, you match with other players, you can stay in touch. There's a social aspect, share and discover clips, and gather your squad. And when you look at their entire platform, 1 million plus downloads, bringing old and new friends together for your passion for gaming. And when you look at the market cap for the user base that they're bringing on as well, they've had a lot of success with recent partnerships they've brought on with blockchain games. And as you see, they also function with games like Rocket League and actual Web 2 games. So this is a Web 2 and a Web 3 platform integrated into one. So I'm really looking forward to more developments from Wasder, especially seeing where this token goes long term, because I think we're still in the search for that social hub in gaming. There's not really the one place to go to squad up with your friends or find random teammates or follow the biggest gaming influencers in Web3 or whatever the case may be. There is a big platform for that. Think about Twitch. You know, everyone follows their favorite gaming influencer streamers, right? So they follow their favorite streamers. They have a friends list. They have subscribers, etc. So this is like that social go-to platform. And at a $10 million market cap, I definitely think this is one that's hard to ignore as far as putting on your watch list for the future. I think that this one has a lot of potential for some adoption. And when you look at their partners, very top tier as far as the partners go, with Polkadot, Gala Games, Binance Smart Chain, 18 Ventures, Reblock Digital. They have a lot of quality partners lining up. And with the partnership with Gala Games, it'll be interesting to see what materializes from that. Anything regarding IMX, I'll answer a couple chat questions really quick. Yeah, I mean, I love IMX. I know I've talked about it quite a bit, and I'm not diving too deep into too many projects in this episode. I wanted to kind of deeper dive on just a couple, as well as give my thoughts on some I haven't covered in a while for the gaming watch list. But yeah, I absolutely love IMX. I've talked about it in the past, but I obviously see them as the clear-cut front runner for a gaming-specific blockchain. Embersword, Elysium, Guild of Guardians, they have so many games moving to IMX with the successful low gas integration of the Elysium sale. I think Immutable is doing great things for sure. And what about MANA? Obviously, Decentraland's great, and I have nothing against Decentraland. I just think the product is very laggy when you get into the metaverse, so to speak. And I really just don't see a lot of reasons for people to want to hop into Decentraland at the moment over a project like Sandbox. And I think that neither is really the clear-cut future of what a metaverse is going to be. But I definitely like Sand over MANA at this current state of time. And then a couple other projects that I wanted to kind of quickly dive into. Phantasma. I haven't talked about Phantasma in a while. And as we see here, it's taken a big hit from the top of the market, as most tokens have, especially in the gaming niche, from $3.60 down to 20 cents. We're looking at a $20 million market cap now for a blockchain for games, which integrates smart NFTs, which will be able to progressively level up in each of the games in the ecosystem. I always make the example, you have a level 1 sword in RuneScape, you level that up to level 5. The smart NFT is able to pick up that metadata and upgrade it with the same capability that it would just in the game, where it levels it up. The asset on chain is able to adapt and become a smart NFT with their technology. They're onboarding quite a bit of games during this bear market. And that's what makes me bullish. That's what makes me bullish is games are adopting two chains like Immutable, like Polygon, like Phantasma, for example. So these are some chains that are getting a lot of traction from games who are looking for that hub and that solution to kind of take it out of their hands, launch on their blockchain, let the gaming developers produce games, and let the blockchain experts integrate everything into the ecosystem. So really still love Phantasma as far as one on my watch list, and Mobland as well. So Mobland recently delayed their developments with the GameFi Web 2.0 with their seeds and the turf and all the stuff that they have coming down the line, which I'm extremely bullish on. And I can't wait to see when this ecosystem fully rolls out. It's going to be cross-chain capable with some of the assets. There's a lot going on within the Mobland community. When we talk to, we talked to Roy from Mobland on the show months ago, and I would have to say that was one of my favorite conversations I've had about any of the games, because what they're doing, there's so many layers to the syndicates, to the turf, to the business licenses, and we'll see like turf is going to be your land inside of Mobland, as well as the revenue generating business licenses. So there's going to be weed farms, different types of businesses that you can run, for example. And the first one that they make an example of is weed farms. They partnered up with Snoop Dogs for this. Yes, Mobland is Sin City. Sin City had to change their name to Mobland due to some copyright issue. Yeah, so due to some copyright issue, they did have to change their name. But this is the same project, Sin City, which is now turned into Mobland. And as you see here, GameFi 2.0 and cross-chain assets. So I think this is big for me. And I've always loved Mobland, aka Sin City. But one thing I really like here, and I've likened this to cross-platform in console gaming, right? So for the longest time when I was growing up, if I had an Xbox and my friend had a PlayStation, we couldn't play together. That was just the restrictions of the time. There was not cross-platform play. But when you're doing cross-chain assets, I really like the idea of that, because you don't have to be on the ETH blockchain. You don't have to be on the Polygon blockchain. You don't have to be on Binance Smart Chain. It's potentially going to be cross-chain, similarly in games, to cross-platform in the Web 2 world. That's what I like in those cross-chain assets too. And then last but not least, Guild of Guardians is still very much on my list. And I believe this vesting period will begin at the late year for Guild of Guardians. They had a 1-year period where there was like no vesting on the tokens. So this is one that if we see a bullish trend in the market at a $4 million undiluted market cap, this king could run very heavily, backed by NRG, backed on Immutable X, as mentioned. They have like 150,000 players pre-registered, RPG, and as you see here, mobile compatible. I'm really looking forward to Guild of Guardians. The one thing with Guild of Guardians is the ratio of market cap to fully diluted. And as mentioned, the tokens will start unlocking in November, I believe it is. So definitely this one has an asterisk by it. It just depends on the timing. It just depends when the market finally does go in our favor. But Guild of Guardians is going to be one where I see a lot of traction inside of this ecosystem when the game does officially launch. But my one asterisk here is going to be the market cap to fully diluted. So pay attention to that when you're getting into some of these tokens, because it is very important to monitor and understand. You know, right now, this is about, I don't even know the multiple on that, but that is quite, it's like a 30 times difference from the market cap to the fully diluted. So definitely higher risk here, but I love Guild of Guardians. And I think in the right timing, in the right climate, this is one to definitely have on your watch list. And we're going to close it out there, guys. We'll go through the entire watch list as far as every single project we have added here, as far as single games, blockchains, infrastructure plays like Ultra with the Steam of Crypto Gaming, blockchains like Immutable X, etc. We will be sure to run down this entire watch list over time. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the video, and if you got value out of this video and are as bullish on crypto gaming as I am in the future, subscribe to the channel for videos here every single day. I'll be back with another show tomorrow. We have a special interview on the show tomorrow. So without further ado, I'm going to get out of here. Play well, my friends.